And I preach a lot about reaction versus response. But sometimes reaction is warranted. Sometimes reaction makes a point. Sometimes reaction is the exclamation point at the end of the sentence that you need to put there to make it pungent. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Vinny Brusco Show podcast. Hope you've been enjoying the podcast so far. If you have been, of course, spread the word, tell a friend, but also subscribe, review the podcast, become a member of the show. Down below, leave a little comment, whatever you got. It would be greatly, greatly appreciated. It's a solo episode, so please enjoy.
And here we go.
A few weeks back, I went away with my family and I had like one of those parenting moments. I like to respond to life. I do my best to respond to life, to my children. I try to be mindful in my approach to parenting. It's one of my best, favoritist things that I do is being a dad. There's no question. I like coaching dads. I love helping dads find the best dad that they could be through being more present and being more mindful in their approach to parenting, more patient with their children. But ever so often, we're all fucking human, right? And it's such a hard balance to be everything to your children because you want to give them everything. We went away to Disney a few years ago. My daughter was 3, and I told her, we got to Disney, and I said to her, there's only one rule in this vacation. There are no no's. And begrudgingly, not really begrudgingly, I was like, oh boy, what did you do? You opened up Pandora's box right now. But I said, you're only going to be 3.5 years old in Disney as an only child once in your life. We got bibbity boppity booed. She went into the princess. We bought a castle. We bought a dress for her to wear to get all made up and everything like a princess. And the dress we got, in comparison to the dress that she ended up getting on, was like before and after. It was like rags to riches. It was literally Cinderella in her mopping and then her getting ready for the ball. We did it all. First thing she asked me, can I get this Moana toy? The answer was yes. So I try on vacation to embody that as much as possible. You don't want to spoil your kids. Of course not. I get it. But I try to embrace that. Relax. We don't say no. We could stay up late. We could eat the ice cream. We could chill. We don't have to get crazy about it, but we could chill. So we're away, the whole family, the nephews, the nieces, the kids, everybody. We're having a great time, and it's our last day. And we're going to have dinner on the beach, pizza on the beach. My ass had, of course, had to have a lobster roll for the 3rd day in a row, but neither here nor there. So we park at the beach. We got the pizza. I got the cooler. I got the pizza. I got the chairs. We're getting ready to go down to the beach. And I stop and ask my daughter if she can carry the sand toys. I said, hey, do me a favor, carry the sand toys. And the reaction I got was like I asked her to donate a kidney, and I was a complete stranger. The face she gave me was like, how dare you ask me to carry the sand toys? So I reacted, and I said to her, you're acting like a spoiled brat, and you're not acting like a very nice little girl. Well, did that just stab her in her little heart? Just meltdown. That was the end of it. Tears, shut down, very upset. We got over it. We came home the next day, and I had this weird feeling of guilt. I really felt bad about what I said to her. I really did. I said that. I was like, that was not a nice thing to say. And when I tucked her in that night, she was, I was thinking of all the nice times you and I had together. What does that have to do with anything? I explained to her, of course. It's like, listen, mommy and daddy said yes to everything on this trip. The ice cream, the candy, the toys, the trips to town, dinner, like whatever you wanted, whatever you and your brother wanted, we were cool with it. I asked you to carry the sand toys to the beach that you're going to play with, not me. Assess the situation and realize daddy's got a lot of shit in his hands. Maybe I could just say, okay. So I explained to her why I said what I said, but nonetheless, very distraught about it. That night I was talking to my wife about it, and I was like, I feel kind of bad about it. She goes, well, you shanked her. You emotionally shanked her in that moment. She was walking by and you were just like, act like a rat. And sometimes, this is me speaking now. My wife didn't add this caveat, but we had the conversation about this. You got to shank your kids. Sometimes you got to check them against the boards. And there are a lot of parents right now going, yeah, obviously. And there are a lot of parents going, no, you don't. Sit down with them and explain to them. And I try to find that happy medium. I really do. But as a dad who prides himself on being a dad, I pride myself on being patient with my children. I try to be as mindful as possible when it comes to interactions with anybody. I try to walk the line of, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything and treat others the way you want to be treated. I do my best to do that. But sometimes you got to shank your kids. You got to emotionally, it's probably going to cost me $10,000 in therapy. One day, she's going to be on the couch going, he told me I was acting like a spoiled brat. I wouldn't carry the sand toys. But sometimes you got to put them in line and you can't feel bad about it. I felt a little bad about it. I felt a little shitty about the way I reacted because I did react. I didn't respond. I tried to do my best to respond. I try to do my best to respond to people and situations in life that are presented to me in a mindful, kind, loving way. But I reacted. And I'm fucking glad I did. I'm glad I reacted the way I did. And I preach a lot about reaction versus response. But sometimes reaction is warranted. Sometimes reaction makes a point. Sometimes reaction is the exclamation point at the end of the sentence that you need to put there to make it pungent. And that's what I had to do. And as a dad coach and as a person who preaches mindfulness and kindness and loving, it's not all about that either. I know that. I'm aware of that. I do my best to keep that in check. But in hindsight, at first I felt bad. But then I thought about it a little further and I said, nah, fuck it. I don't feel so bad. She needed to get checked against the boards in that moment. She was acting out of line. And we could be this culture of snowplow parents where we just let our kids shit on us, where we allow our kids to just emotionally plow us. We just make way for them and allow them to do whatever they want. But that's not life. That's not reality. That's not the realness of the universe. That doesn't teach them either. There's an ebb and flow to all of this. The good and the bad. The good vibes only is not the way to go. It's bad vibes also. And if you raise or you embrace only that good, if you think that you're all good and only good, you're wrong. Sometimes you have to emotionally shank your children. And sometimes you have to check them against the boards and let them know that they're out of line. And it's not to say that I haven't done that before. It's not to say that I won't do that again. It's not to say that, if parents want to raise their children in a way that, you sit down and talk about your emotions and all that stuff, I'm all for it. I do it. I stop my daughter when she gets spiral out of control. I say, all right, let's talk about it. Let's breathe. But every once in a while, and this is something I'm learning as a parent, as a dad, it's okay to check them. Like, check them. Not take a little, yeah, we get that. Like your little hip check. No, I'm talking about press their face against the glass. It's okay. It's allowed. As a dad, as a parent, I give you the permission, a fellow parent. And don't beat yourself up over it. Don't judge yourself about it. Don't kick yourself about it. It's okay. It's a good thing. So find an opportunity to check and shank your children. That is it. I'll check you guys out next time. Until then, much love. Peace.